Alright, I'm here today with Miss Katella Stegmann, local author. She wrote a book called An American Werewolf in Idaho. It was released earlier this year. Here to talk to her today about her work and her job as an author. Tell us a little about the book.
The book is about a young girl who discovers she has superpowers, I guess you could say, in one way or another. Werewolves obviously have enhanced abilities, and she finds out that she belongs to a group that protects the world from evil, and they also play around, and it's not your typical werewolf story. They play a lot of games, but they know how to take themselves seriously. They also know how to work when needs be. They are protecting their town, and she ends up meeting someone who may or may not be working with her enemy. And there's some struggle there.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the writing process. How long did it take you to finish the complete story?
I started writing this 10 years ago. I am ADD, so it took me a while to finish it up. I stopped and started and went back to it. It just kind of the process is I found it a couple of years ago, but hey, how come I never finished the story? And the older I get, the easier my ADD gets to manage, and I'm able to focus. So I was able to finish that story probably in about a year's time. There's 4 novels, 3 of which are definitely going to be released. The 4th is a maybe.
So what inspirations do you have for the book?
Life inspires me. I like anything and everything. Comedy. I do lean a lot on the humor, which is why I say it's not a typical werewolf story, because there's a lot more humor than would be involved in some of the horror stories that you see nowadays. It's kind of like Twilight minus the emo.
So what's it like being an independent author?
It's really cool. There's really no words to describe it, ironically. I'm an author and I can't think of any words to describe that.
So did you do any writing before you published your book? Did you do any fan fiction or blogging?
Yeah, I have. I started writing when I was like 5, and in kindergarten I got awards for my little stories and pictures and stuff that I drew, and it grew from there. I've written my entire life, and I have done some fan fiction, yes. Part of me is kind of, I lost my train of thought there. It was fun to do. It was a lot of fun to do.
Now, what's the marketing like for your work? Do you use a lot of social networking?
Well, it just depends. Facebook, I do have a Facebook for it. The marketing's kind of difficult to do when you don't have a huge following, I guess I should say. Since I'm just starting out, I'm just now starting with a small following, but the fans that I do have are incredible. They're very supportive. My family's a big supporter too. My aunt, my uncle, my cousins particularly, big time. My mom, my mom's sister is great, and then I've got some friends who have bought the book, and I have some of my fan fiction followers who bought the book. Shout out to them. Hi, thank you very much. You're awesome.
So we can tell us a little about Miss Katella Stegmann, the person.
Well, what you see is what you get. I'm pretty shy until you get to know me, and then you can't shut me up. So I'm more comfortable around animals. I work at a veterinary office. I've been working with animals since I was younger, which I got the animal aspects of the book down quite well, I'm sure.
So if people want to pick up a copy of your work, where would they go?
Kindle is the bigger seller right now, but I've also got a hard copy on Createspace.com under An American Werewolf in Idaho, and I'm working on getting it into bookstores, but that's a long process, so I don't know when that's actually going to happen.
All right, so what's next?
My life is an open book. As cliche as that is, I have no idea. I never know where I'm going from one moment to the next. I just kind of like to live life a day at a time, step at a time.
Is there any tentative date for the next book?
The second book is actually finished with the editing process, and I'm working on getting it on Kindle. Hopefully it'll be up in the next month.
All right. Well, thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with your career.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.